Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gina Mangieri of KHON2 News, and on behalf of the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund, it is a pleasure to welcome everyone to our recognition ceremony and to congratulate our journeymen on this very special occasion, marking the completion of your apprenticeship. We share your pride and your sense of accomplishment at the end of a very long journey of classroom and on-the-job learning and what it represents for your careers and for your futures. The Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund is a partnership of the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters, the General Contractors Labor Association, Building Industry Labor Association, Wall and Ceiling Industry Association of Hawaii, state and federal governments, and the University of Hawaii, all working together to ensure the success of your endeavors. The program provides the funding, the organization, and the supervision, and we're happy that leaders of these groups are here to honor your achievement and to share their thoughts on its importance. To begin the program, let's have Paul Tamayo of the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund offer the invocation.
Almighty God, we thank you daily for your grace and mercy. As we assemble today, in the presence of all those who have gathered to celebrate this honorable moment, we ask your blessings upon these graduates who will soon embark on a new chapter in life. We thank you for giving these graduates the perseverance and determination to successfully complete this apprenticeship journey they started years ago. As they venture out to new horizons, may your blessings rest upon them and guide them to new opportunities that lay await in the near future. We honor you and we thank you, Heavenly Father, in the name of your blessed Son, Jesus. Amen.
Our first remarks will be from Edmund Exon, Executive Director of the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund.
Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship Training Fund, welcome to our ceremony marking the completion of the 8,000-hour apprenticeships of 79 carpenters and 30 drywall journeymen from across the Hawaiian Islands. It's been more than a year since Hawaii entered the COVID crisis, with tens of thousands among us asked to work from home, hotels, restaurants, and businesses shutting their doors and leaving so many without jobs, gatherings prohibited, and restrictions placed on everyday activities we long took for granted. Fortunately, construction was classified as an essential activity, and so the industry and the apprenticeships were able to continue, even with the severe limitations placed on other types of work. But on-the-job construction was only half the story. With the University of Hawaii closing its campuses, our apprentices were faced with the prospect of canceled classes and delays in their academic progress. Thanks to our partners in the building industry and the University of Hawaii community colleges, we were able to adjust quickly through online, long-distance classroom learning. We immediately reshaped our hands-on curriculum by reducing classes at our Kapolei Training Center to provide for more social distancing, adopting best practices to ensure participant health and safety, and making other adjustments that enable us to continue the apprenticeships uninterrupted. To you, our new journeymen, let me say this. Each of you has concluded a long and difficult journey of education and training, in the classroom and on the job, from books and personal instruction, from teachers and experienced tradesmen. Your apprenticeship was a time-tested, time-honored methods of passing along knowledge and skills to the next generation. This is an important tradition I expect you to continue when you mentor the next generation of apprentices. We urgently need seasoned veterans to help train newbies on the right way to do things, to work safely and correctly, and to develop the healthy work habits that will allow them to thrive in their jobs. I urge you to pass along what you have learned to those who are following your footsteps. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the terrific work of your instructors. They have all devoted many hours to helping you along the way. Please join me in applauding them for everything they did for you. I hope you'll have an opportunity to thank them personally for their contributions to your success. After 8 hours of classroom learning and on-the-job training, you might think your education is over. It is not. I would argue that it will and must continue throughout your careers. There are advancements in the tools and technologies of your trades, construction methods, and new materials, not to mention changes in OSHA standards, building codes, and other regulations. It is crucial that you remain informed and knowledgeable in our modern world. That is why I urge you to take advantage of the upgrade classes offered through the Hawaii Carpenters and Apprenticeship Training Fund to help keep you at the top of your profession. As an additional outcome of the pandemic, many more journeymen took the time to enroll in our upgrade classes to expand their skills and knowledge. This is a trend we hope will continue in the months ahead. And to prepare for this increase in upgrade training, we are currently building a second training center here in Kapolei. I am happy to announce that we will have our grand opening this August 5th, just in time for the school fall semester. On this occasion, and on behalf of the Hawaii Carpenters and Training Fund, I express our gratitude to our many public and private sector partners who have brought us to this point. I speak of the labor and management representatives who serve on the apprenticeship board and committees, Ron Takeda and the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters for their support, everyone at the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations, the chancellors, faculty, and staff of our outstanding community colleges throughout the state, and so many others for their unplugging collaboration, dedication to the apprentices, and commitment to this program. Handling the daily responsibilities of the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund is a group of very dedicated staff members, and I'd like to acknowledge them at this time. Our training coordinators throughout the state, April Chan Aquavela, William Beans, Mary Ann Hamatake, Dusainer Kodama, Errol Kusunoki, Daryl Seto, and Paul Tamayo. Our executive assistant, Lian Villa, administrative assistant, Janet Moromisato, communication specialist, Grace Kaiser, Daniel Langbayan, and Jace Medeiros, who keep our training centers clean and safe for our members. And last, but certainly not least, a big mahalo to a dear friend of mine who once again has generously given up her time to MC our program. She's always investigating, Miss Gina Mangieri of KHON TV News. Mahalo, Gina. And to our journeymen, congratulations to each of you. We are very proud of you and wish you nothing but the best. Aloha and mahalo.
Joining us now is Ron Takeda, Executive Secretary and Treasurer of the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters, of which you are members. He's also the co-chair of the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund.
Aloha and congratulations to the graduating union members of the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Class of 2021. And I also want to express our entire union's best wishes and appreciation to the families, the spouses, kupuna, and children of today's honorees, because we know that even under the unprecedented circumstances of the pandemic, you are the ones who consistently supported and encouraged each and every one of our graduates to stay focused so they could earn their journey status. Fortunately, while employment and jobs for so many local industries have been seriously hurt by the virus, Hawaii's construction projects and union work continued without any significant interruptions. Thanks to our early and groundbreaking COVID pledge with our signatory contractors, unionized construction projects were one of the first in the marketplace to implement the necessary protocols to keep our job sites among the safest in the state. As a matter of fact, local construction has been doing better than most other segments of our economy, thanks to our efforts to have construction listed as an essential service for Hawaii. This important designation as an essential service has allowed construction employment rates to be as much as 80% higher than other local industries over the past year. We've been fortunate to keep current projects online across the state so our apprentices and journey workers could continue to collect paychecks, maintain their medical coverage, and earn valuable vacation and pension benefits. As Edmund Axon discussed earlier, another promising sign of growth for our union is the second training center that will be opening next month. The new 40,000 square foot annex will enable our union to offer and schedule more instruction and hands-on training to prepare our members for craft specialties soon to be in high demand in Hawaii. This will include expertise in millwright work for renewable energy and alternative power installations, transportation, high-tech projects, climate change requirements, and other growing markets that the state must have in order to prosper in the decades ahead. Although we're all here to celebrate your achievement, this graduation is just another important step in your path to a successful life. The first step was when you decided that joining the Carpenter's Apprenticeship Program was the way you were going to achieve that dream. The next step is to commit yourself to the lifetime of learning and upgrade training necessary to meet the safety and technological demands of our rapidly changing industry. So as each of you step from the doorway of a challenging and rewarding apprenticeship into the very heart of a lifetime career, bear in mind that, as in most endeavors, what you get out is what you put in. Today, your journey worker status literally opens the door to the most progressive and substantial industry-leading package of wages and benefits that will enable you to improve your family's quality of life. This is the exciting blueprint before you as experienced, qualified union carpenters and drywallers in Hawaii. On behalf of the staff and officers of the Hawaii Carpenters, congratulations and best wishes on your journey forward.
Conrad Murashige, representing the General Contractors Labor Association, is our next speaker. Mr. Murashige is chairman of Shioi Construction and co-chair of the Apprenticeship and Training Fund, as well as chairman for the Joint Apprenticeship and Training Committee.
Good morning. On behalf of the General Contractors Labor Association companies, congratulations on completing your full apprenticeship requirements of classes and hands-on training. Given the uncertainties of the past year and a half, you have had to adjust like many others in working through the COVID pandemic restrictions. You have succeeded and now on your way to a solid career as a journeyman with much to look forward to. Our construction industry has been fortunate to continue working during the pandemic. We now see signs of increased confidence in projects that were already planned to start up again. If these projections hold true, we're likely to have at least 2 years of solid jobs or possibly more. Along with becoming journeymen, you need to keep trying to better your skills with additional training and taking each opportunity to gain more technical know-how on the job. Our industry is highly competitive, and for you to continue to be fully employed, you have to have more certifications and experience. Also, keep up with what your company and the Carpenters Union will be doing to support the construction industry with future projects. Congratulations and aloha.
The state and federal governments establish the laws and the standards that all apprenticeship programs in Hawaii must follow. So they set forth the responsibilities of all the parties involved in these apprenticeship programs, and they protect your rights as apprentices. The Hawaii Department of Labor and Industrial Relations has oversight of all apprenticeship programs in our state, and representing that agency is Maricar Pilotin Freitas, the administrator of the Workforce Development Division.
Thank you for having me here today. I'm truly honored. Your graduation will forever hold a special place in my heart. This is my very first opportunity to speak before a group of apprentices. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You have worked hard to reach this moment. You have persevered during a pandemic. You showed just how resilient and tough you are. When you first started out on this path, classes were conducted differently. Social distancing and masks did not exist. And when the pandemic hit all of us, you were able to adjust to the new way of learning. While some of us spent our Saturdays sleeping in or going to the beach, you sacrificed being away from your family by spending all your Saturdays going to school with Guy Shibayama and James Nino and their team at the Honolulu Community College. Whenever I pass a structure being framed, I'm in awe of how your skills can craft pieces of wood to build the frame for a new home or a new building. You contribute to a piece of the bigger puzzle. Whether you are a rough carpenter or a finished carpenter, your skill set provides the framework for the drywall to be nailed to, the form for the concrete to be poured, or the frame for the roof to sit on. Your skills are showcased in the homes that we live, buildings where we work, and schools where we learn. We celebrate you today. As I look across the room, I am encouraged by what Hawaii's future holds. I couldn't be more proud of each and every one of you. Don't lose the momentum, because you are the future of the construction industry, and what you do today and every day really does matter. So on behalf of the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations, we want to say congratulations to you and your families. Thank you.
The apprenticeship program has had a long and very productive relationship with the University of Hawaii's community colleges across the state. You've been UH students throughout your apprenticeships, and you wouldn't be here if not for the excellent education provided by the community college faculties in your communities. We are pleased to have some words from Honolulu Community College Chancellor Dr. Karen Lee, representing the community college system.
Aloha and congratulations. You have completed the hard work in your classes and in your jobs and have successfully moved from apprentice to journeymen and women. This is a huge milestone in your lives that will set you and your family on the road to lifelong success. You should be so proud of this momentous accomplishment. I am sorry that we cannot celebrate together in an in-person ceremony this year. However, I would like to encourage you to continue your education and advancement through the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund, as well as through Honolulu Community College. At HCC, we offer more classes toward your associate's degree, whether in a trade or in the liberal arts. Further education can only help you to advance in your field. Thank you for entrusting your apprenticeship classroom training to HCC. Now, as you embark in your work as journeymen and women, please uphold high standards of work and conduct in your community and continue to make us proud. Congratulations again.
Your apprenticeship was made possible by the work of many people. It is a testament to their leadership and their commitment to the apprenticeship program that you've been able to develop your professions and your careers. It's very unfortunate that the pandemic prevented us from holding the traditional ceremony to properly recognize everybody who has contributed to this day. But we must, at the very least, acknowledge these outstanding individuals for their contributions on behalf of the apprenticeship program. They are the management and labor trustees of the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund. Conrad Murashige, Brian Adachi, Alan Hinahara, Dale Sakamoto Yoneda, Roy Morioka, Lito Alcantara, Lance Wilhelm, and Barbara Kono. Those are the management trustees. The labor trustees are Ron Takeda, Kyle Chalk, Sean Newcamp, Mitchell Tainanis, Travis Murakami, Dion Kalaola, and Richard Balikoko. The members of the Joint Apprenticeship and Training Committee who set the standards for your training and instruction are management members Brian Adachi, Patrick Gill, Alan Hinahara, Conrad Murashige, Vincent Nihipali Jr., Clyde Takatsugi, and the labor members Travis Murakami, Sean Newcamp, Mitchell Tainanis. The trust fund administrator is Ron Shino of Hawaii Benefits Administrator, Inc. We owe a huge debt to these individuals for their many contributions, and I hope you find an opportunity to thank them personally. Edmund Exon, Executive Director of the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund, visited each of the home islands of the apprenticeships to present their certificates of completion in person. We now share those presentations with you. From the island of Kauai, Nicholas Fu, Jaren Kaluluhi, now the apprentices from Maui, Gregory Bate, Bradley Barrero, Noe Domingo, Richard Fernandez, Carl Gardner, Jason Hufalar, Hutch Raimundo, Leland Wright, from the island of Oahu, Percival Agtina, Aaron Ayu, Chad Alvarico, Robert Argel, Sanavin Ayao Dumlao, Louis Bayani Balawing, Eman Ray Bihag, Wesley Bulan, Isaac Cambra, Timothy Cambra, Rayland Campano, Blaze Kane, Isaiah Cruz, Jefferson Kudiamat, Reno de los Santos, Moro Diego, McGregor Gaborno, Shane Gagabi, Anthony Gandeza, Leonard Guillermo, Chase Hussey, Yuji Johnson, Israel K, Frederick Lawrence, Lennon Lee Kiaina, Dennis Iesis, Daniel Makaibe, Epalea Maika, Ryan Mark Manuel, Malcolm Merritt, Mitchell Miranda, Edison Montoya, Jeriel Munoz, Rizalino Pasis, Romeo Rangonton, Ronson Rodolfo Radogal, Clifford Refuerzo, Braden Reno. Wayne Segundo. Justin Somera. Jonathan Tabilisma. David Thomas. Reginald Tolentino. Gary Villarta. Some of our journeymen were unable to attend the presentation ceremonies on their respective islands, but we want to recognize them for their achievement and their career success. Here are their names. From the Big Island: Jacob Ramos and Dayton Sumiki. From the island of Maui: Gary Batse, Kyle Nakamoto, Jeffrey Norberg. From the island of Oahu: Vandolph Garduke, Ryan Kaneshiro, Bryant Lasiste, Romeo Padilla, Shaxton Popa, James Santos, Keith Strong, Anson Thompson, Caleb Ewan. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal portion of our graduation ceremony today. But before we leave you, please enjoy some candid photos and some other footage from the presentation ceremonies held this year, which were shared by the journeymen and their families. And on behalf of the Hawaii Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Fund, mahalo for joining us for this very special graduation. Congratulations and best wishes to each and every one of our graduates.